Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. Today is Thursday, 20th day of March 2025. There is no doubt that a lot of people are aware that tomorrow that Nnamdi Kanu will be facing Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court, Abuja, following the removal of Justice Binta Nyako as the judge handling the case. Now, about 2 days ago, the family of Nnamdi Kanu made us to understand that Nnamdi Kanu will be facing Justice Omotosho to defend himself tomorrow. But the news coming to us right now is that Nnamdi Kanu has decided to retain the former counsels who have been handling his case. That is like Maswendo Para, Barrister Nena, and Ejimako. But what Nnamdi Kanu did is to pick another lead counsels that will lead the proceedings tomorrow for him. And one of them is the former Attorney General of the Federation, 2 times Attorney General of the Federation for that matter, Kanu Agabi, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, and Uchenna Njoku, also Senior Advocate of Nigeria. So these 2 people are going to join his legal team. So with this, I think Nnamdi Kanu will not defend himself alone. So I think tomorrow, this 2-time Attorney General of the Federation and former Senator will be leading the case for Nnamdi Kanu tomorrow. So that is the news on the ground. Now let us understand the details of the news. The article reads that breaking ex-Attorney General of the Federation Kanu Agabi, Uchenna Njoku joins Nnamdi Kanu's legal team. The details reads former Attorney General of the Federation Ex-AGF Kanu Agabi, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, and Senior Advocate of Nigeria Uchenna Njoku have joined the legal team defending the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. Sahara Reporters has exclusively learned. Agabi, a former senator and 2-time Attorney General of the Federation, is expected to lead Kanu's legal team, currently headed by IPOB Special Counsel Barrister Ejimako, according to a source familiar with the case. The source confirmed that Kanu has retained his existing legal teams, which includes Maxwell Obara and Ne Amaka Ejiofor, ensuring a comprehensive defense strategy as his trial resumes. Kanu, who was controversially retribution from Kenya in June 2021, remain in the custody of the Department of State Service, DSS. His next court appearance is scheduled for Friday, that is tomorrow, March 21st, before Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court, Abuja. Now, I think Nnamdi Kanu really know what is good for him. He know what is better for him. So with the new judge handling the case, I think it is important they also add this, learned and more experienced Senior Advocate of Nigeria to their team. When they said new devil, I think that is the strategy that these people want to employ. That since they are having a new judge, okay, let us take people who are familiar with the judgment of James Omotosho. Anyway, we'll have a lot of things to discuss. Stay with me to the end of this video. The article continues that the latest legal maneuvers follow a judicial reshuffle in Kanu's case. Sahara Reporters have reported that Kanu's trial will start afresh after the recusal of Justice Binta Nyako, the former presiding judge. Initially presided over by Justice Binta Nyako, the case was reassigned to Justice Omotosho after Kanu and Ejimako publicly called for a change in judicial oversight. The request was made after an unsuccessful attempt to return the case to Justice Nyako. Local analysts believe that Agabi and Njoku's joining of Kanu's defense team signal a renewed push for a robust legal strategy in challenging the charges against him. The upcoming hearing is expected to set the tone for the fresh trial, proceeding as Kanu continues to fight for his release amid mounting legal and political tension. All right. I think this is a right step in the right direction. And then Nnamdi Kanu retaining his existing legal team is also good as well. But I have to set the record straight. I really want to state that the Binta Nyako, who was handling Nnamdi Kanu's case, he was not acting alone. She was not acting alone. In judicial term, I think they call her he. So she was not acting alone. When I mean she was not acting alone, a learned person cannot be seeing the Supreme Court judgment and cherry picking the ones she want to use to nail the defendant. It doesn't happen like that. So that is her part. Who knows whether the new Judge Justice James Omotosho, is it not the same system we have in Nigeria? But let us see the influence of these people joining them. Now, I want to explain to you what I learned from Tendefaro Timi's book, okay? Nigeria and its criminal justice system. It shows that the relationship between the lawyer handling the case and the judge presiding over the case has a lot to do with the way whether the defendant will be released or not the law. That is what I learned from Tendefaro Timi's book. And that means that if these people they pick now is familiar with James Omotosho, meaning they will influence his decision. That is what I learned from that book, Nigeria and its criminal justice system. So that will also open your eyes to understanding that it is not only by the law that is keeping Nnamdi Kanu there. No constitution is keeping him there. It is influence that is keeping him there. It's not only constitution that is keeping him there, but it is also influence that is also keeping Nnamdi Kanu there. So influence from the federal government, either from between, other from Southeast governors. But they needed someone, if actually Kanu will be released by Judicial, of which I'm not thinking about that. If he will be released by the Judicial, they needed someone who will be able to nail the judge through his influence. That is a part. Now, the IPOB has raised another allegation, not allegation, but it's what we have confirmed to be true. That anytime Nnamdi Kanu is going to court, that they spend 500 million. That is what federal government embezzled. Just imagine. So it's another business. They are using Nnamdi Kanu to do business. This is what we know right from time. Sowore has narrated this time with that number. Take a listen.
What appearance that Nnamdi Kanu comes out for, the DSS makes as much as 500 million naira. Yes. You are hearing that from somebody who has been in that same position where Nnamdi Kanu has been. And as such, if an organization like the DSS makes that much money, do you think they would want to release Nnamdi Kanu?
Never.
So we see where his continuous detention is coming from.
Going anywhere.
No judge, just like our guest has said, no judge has found anything incriminating about Nnamdi Kanu.
He's been discharged twice.
He's been discharged twice.
Even if Supreme Court said it, that it was Nigerian government that violated his bail by invading his compound, that he didn't jump bail. That was what the Supreme Court rules.
In the previous court proceeding, Nnamdi Kanu promised that he is going to defeat the federal government in the same court, that they don't have anything against him, that previously they charged him with treasonable felony, and he asked, where is the treason now? Because the charges have been thrown into the mud. So from all angles, it seems that what Omotosho is saying that the DSS, the Department of State Service, are benefiting from the continuous detention of Nnamdi Kanu. Just imagine where you have an office where you can have 500 million naira every 2 or 3 months that they adjourn the case to. Could this be the reason why Nnamdi Kanu have not been released? Let us listen to the end of the interview.
You've been in DSS detention. Another Nigerian who has been very vocal like you was also been in DSS detention and who has solicited so much attention from Nigerians. It's Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes.
I'm sure you might have had interactions with him. Sorry if I call him Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes.
That is a title that his followers have bestowed upon him, Nnamdi Kanu, MNK. And this is a man that has passionate followership. He has passionate, loyal followership from a certain region of Nigeria and all over the world. From your experience with him and all that, what do you think? Is there his followers would be watching and they want to know, do you think in any nearest future Nnamdi Kanu will be released, or you think that the Nigerian government will continue to play their hanky-panky game to keep him in detention? What should his followers expect from the Nigerian government?
Listen, nobody can hold him down. It's just a matter of time. They will have to leave him and leave him forever. This is what happened to leaders of social movements that are unique in their origin, in their makeup, composure, and character. They will come, the state will go after them, but they'll become stronger as much. The more oppression they get, the stronger they become, the more passionate followers they command. So what Nigerian state is trying to do is to see if they can break him. But unfortunately, he has passed that stage. He can't be broken anymore. Even if he breaks at this point, he has created an unbreakable movement. Message. So the best we can do is to find accommodation with him. And you saw what he did in court last time. It shows that he's still very much cognitively aware of his role in history. It's the same thing I told them when before they arrested me in 2019, that there's no judge that has ever tried history and succeeded. You know, we are people of history. And that's what came to pass. One day, they were the ones who went to court and said, "My lord, we want to withdraw the charges against you." But I told them from day one, I told the judge, they were religious, I said, "This is rubbish, madam." Say, read the judgment, read the charges. I said, when they finished reading, I said, "I don't understand." But my lawyer said, I should plead not guilty. The judge was riled. I'm looking at her, she was a very pesky judge like that. I'm looking at her, I said, "Look at this one."
What's the judge's name? Let's call it.
Uchenna Njoku.
Yeah.
Eventually, she was transferred out of Abuja. She wasn't happy because she felt she was used. You know, but I don't hold any grudge against her. That is her historical role in what I came to do. You know, and the moment that part is over, she had to move on. They even asked her to continue to be coming for my case. He says she's not doing it because maybe when the case first came to her table, she didn't know the gravity of what was coming. That she was standing in the way of a tsunami. And when she realized what it was, she had to just step aside. And that's what happened.
So categorically, the judiciary is being held to hold Nnamdi Kanu.
Oh, absolutely. There's all those pronouncements you are seeing in the court system it has nothing to do with the judge. See, what they do is that they write these things for the judges. This is what we want you to say today over this Kanu's matter. Because basically, even other justices in the Nigerian system, including the Supreme Court, practically declare that Nnamdi's case doesn't exist. There's no case against him. Even if they try him for 10 years, they cannot present any evidence. But what they will do is that they will never go to evidence. They'll just be adjourning, come today, come tomorrow, you file this, it's okay. Because all they need to do to waste your time in Nigeria, they adjourn 3 times a year. The judges, they go on vacation from December till around February. Then in February, when they call your case, they push it to April, June. In June, they go for vacation for 2 months. So your case will not come back on September. By September, they are in December. That's what they do.
So they continue detention of.
In my case, for instance, we were in court for 5 years. They presented only 1 witness.
In 5 years.
In 5 years.
The state of Nigeria presented just
one DSS guy who said he saw me at Ikeja, that I said there was going to be a protest.
And that was clear.
That's the only witness.
For Nnamdi Kanu,
they have not presented any. There's nobody that I'm aware of. And I go to court on his behalf every day, but they will never allow me to enter the court. They're always waiting for me. I still went to court before the last hearing, and I was struggling with the DSS people outside there. I have footage of it. They collected my phone, I collected it back. It was a scuffle. It was a scuffle in front of the court, because I told them, I said, if it's not that Nigeria is useless, how can DSS come in front of the Federal High Court? Some of them don't even have YX certificate. To now be marking the name of lawyers. I told the lawyer, your MBA in Nigeria is useless. How can DSS be telling which lawyer can enter Federal High Court and which lawyer? And I told the DSS guy when they came and were returning my phone to me, I said, why are you wasting your time bringing Kanu to the court here? Just use one of your conference rooms, find a kangaroo judge, go and sentence him there. Why are you doing all this drama? But the reason they bring Kanu to court is they make a lot of money from bringing him to court. They spend an average of 500 million naira per bringing him to court. So, yes.
Who makes that money?
It's the DSS.
DSS.
Yes. The DSS budget is not scrutinized like everything. It's just spent.
It's like security votes.
So they just say, we are taking Kanu to court. So we brought this number of cases. We block everywhere. All our security agents are there. Blah blah blah. It's all the scam. So all those paparazzi you are saying.
This is the kind of revelations that we bring forth when we have our amazing interviews on IC Magazine. The continued detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu within the DSS premises of the Nigerian government is a money-making scheme for the DSS.
You can quote me anywhere, anything.
For every court appearance that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out for, the DSS makes as much as 500 million naira.
Yes.
You are hearing that from somebody who has been in that same position where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been. And as such, if an organization like the DSS makes that much money, do you think they would want to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu?
Never.
So we see where his continuous detention is coming
not
from.
Going anywhere.
No judge, just like our guest has said, no judge has found anything incriminating about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
He's been discharged twice.
He's been discharged twice.
Even if Supreme Court said it, that it was Nigerian government that violated his bail by invading his compound, that he didn't jump bail. That was what the Supreme Court ruled. But in their own usual confusion and rigmarole, they said, well, let him still go back and answer the rest of the charges. So what the judge would have done is to reinstate his bail, since it was the army that went to get his bail. But it's Nigeria now.
Thank you so much for listening to the end of this wonderful interview. Actually, I believe what Omotosho said. What do you think about it yourself? Do you think that the continuous detention of Nnamdi Kanu is caused by this, infringement or benefit that the DSS are gaining from the federal government? Because from all angles, when you read the Supreme Court judgment, of which I have read, you could say that from a layman's language, you would understand that Nnamdi Kanu has been, free from all charges, that he did not jump bail and so on and so forth. So we do not see why the continuous detention of this man continues to linger us.